If you're in the market for a new car stereo system for your vehicle, you'll want to stick around for this video. Now, every great sounding stereo system starts at the head unit, but researching them can be a daunting task. So in this video, we'll give you 5 key features you'll want to consider when purchasing a new head unit for your vehicle. Hey, I'm Josh with Breakers Stereo, and this is the first video in this series called How to Pick a Car Stereo System, which can be confusing and time-consuming because searching the internet and watching YouTube videos that answer these questions like, which is the best? Which is the best for me? What features do I need to look out for? What features do I need to look for? What's the newest tech? And where do I even start? So we put this series together to help you clarify these questions. And after watching it, you'll know exactly what to look for, what to look out for, and most importantly, which is the best for you and your needs. Okay, so let's kick this off. And I'll start by saying it all starts at the head unit. So you can have the best amps, speakers, subs, but if the signal going to those components are not good, then you're not going to get great sound. And that's what we're after, right? A good, clean sound, great sound separation, and bass you can feel through your body. We all love music, and a good sounding stereo system has the ability to move your soul. So it's important to start at the top with a great head unit. Okay, let's start with this first key. Get a radio with high voltage pre-outs, either 4 or 5 volts on the RCA section. And here's why. The RCA output is responsible for sending the signal to the amplifiers. If not adding an amp, then it's not so important, but you never know, there might be a chance you upgrade by adding one later. So look for head units that have RCA outputs at 4 or 5 volts. Obviously, 5 is better. Now, standard radios will give you 1.7 to 2 volts of output. So higher voltage pre-outs produce more than 2 times the amount of output going to the amplifier. Now, why is that important? Because higher voltage produces a cleaner signal, and since the voltage is higher going into the amp, then when matching the amp gain, you won't need to turn it quite as high. Okay, number 2, get a radio with good sound processors. Now, these features include equalizer, crossovers, time alignment, and a good digital to analog rate. Now, if you're not familiar with these terms, don't worry, we're about to cover them. So the first 3 features I just mentioned will give you the ability to adjust, manipulate, and tune your system to your liking. When it comes to EQ, you'll want as many bands as possible. The more bands, the more frequencies you have to adjust in order to fine tune it. There are 2 types of EQs. The most common EQ is the graphic, which the frequency for each band is not adjustable. Of course, you can adjust the level of each band, just not the frequency. Now, those bands will be preset. Now, compare that against a parametric EQ, which does allow you to adjust the frequency band along with the width, which is also called the Q. Moving to crossovers. You'll want something that allows many different crossover points to give you maximum flexibility. Now, you can always use the crossovers in the amplifiers if you don't have the exact frequencies you're looking for, but most name brand head units will have the frequencies you need. Now, time alignment. You'll want the smallest incremental adjustments to properly measure the distance between the center of each speaker and the driver's head. The reason for time alignment is to either delay or speed up speakers to give you the effect that you're sitting in the center of the vehicle versus off to the left. If it's done properly, it can not only do that, but also help with sound staging, which is bringing some of the sound higher. Now let's talk digital to analog converter, or DAC. This is used for music when it comes off your phone or a USB drive. And since this is how most people play back music, it's important. Make sure the DAC is a 24-bit/192 kilohertz digital to analog converter for best sound reproduction. Before we go into number 3, if you like this video, go ahead and tap that like and subscribe button. Okay, number 3, Apple Carplay and Andriod Auto. Now, a lot of double dim radios are coming with this feature, but don't always assume it has it. The latest cool factor in these features are wireless connections, but don't let that deter you if it doesn't. Using the wireless feature does draw your phone's battery down. So plugging it in while you're driving around while your phone is sitting right next to you is not necessarily a bad thing. But on the other hand, not having to plug it in is cool, especially if you don't have a cable in your car. Number 4, capacitive touchscreen versus resistive touchscreen. Now, the screens on our phones are capacitive, so they're extremely responsive, but the best thing of all is the image is sharp and bright. Resistive touchscreens have more layers over the screen, resulting in dimmer images. So look for capacitive touchscreen radios. Okay, number 5, the ability to mirror your phone. Now let me clarify, this is not the same as CarPlay and Andriod Auto. Those features are limited to only approved apps. So apps like YouTube, Netflix, and others will not populate while using those apps. So if you do want to mirror your phone, make sure the radio you're considering can support this feature. If you have an Android, the best way is through the Android mirroring feature. And if you have an iPhone, the best way is to make sure the radio has an HDMI input. From there, you can use an HDMI to Lightning adapter. Okay, so here are your cliff notes. Make sure it has a 4 to 5 volt pre-out. Make sure it has lots of bands to adjust on the EQ, plenty of points on each crossover, and small incremental adjustments for time alignment. Also, a 24-bit/192 kilohertz digital to analog converter. Make sure it has Apple Carplay and Andriod Auto, preferably wireless, but only because it's cool. Make sure it has a capacitive touchscreen versus a resistive touchscreen. And if you want to be able to mirror your phone for apps like Netflix and YouTube, an HDMI input for your iPhone, or Android mirroring for Android. Okay, we hope that helps. If you're in the market for a head unit or any car audio, make sure to check out our website. We're here to help you with all your car audio needs. If you don't already know, we do offer easy financing. Jump over to our website, and if you find something you like, simply add to cart, pick a financing option, and then apply and get approved, and we'll send your gear out to you ASAP. It's really that easy. Okay, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.